Hey everyone, Joshua Jack with Matrix. We're here answering your questions from the latest webinar on leading transformation. We had a ton of questions asked that we just couldn't get to. And so we wanted to come back with those questions and answers. And today I'm joined by Bruce Kirkendall. He's one of our senior agile consultants at Matrix. Bruce, introduce us to yourself.
Sure. My name is Bruce Kirkendall. I've been at Matrix around 4 years now. Primarily before Matrix, I led middleware and software engineering groups in the hospitality, sports and entertainment, finance industries. And I'm happy right now that I get to share that knowledge with our clients instead of dealing with all the things you had to deal with as middle management throughout that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think you're uniquely qualified then to really talk through this question that we got. And this is one that we get quite often because it tends to be either very divisive of an answer, or people are on either side of it, or people just steer away from the question completely. And so we're actually going to tackle that question head on today. And that question is, how do you influence middle management, right? We have leaders are bought in, our CEO, our CIOs, our CTOs are all top down. Hey, we have to do this to be competitive. Our workers and those people that are just the doers, they're bought in as well. How do we move the needle with those managers?
Sure. So I think step one is you have to understand that they're people, right? We tend to look at them as cogs sometimes, and having made my way, and I think I've held every title you can have within the engineering space and management and some major Fortune 50 companies. So you have to understand where they're coming from, but then you have to help them shift their mindset, right? You know, they got to where they are by doing things a certain way. And most of them want to spend their time grooming people and growing teams, but they get that time sucked away from them by budget meetings and politics and this and that. And what we have to help them understand is, you know, most middle managers, the first thing they ask you, right, is they go, how in the world can I get the most performance out of my team, right? We hear that all the time. Yeah. But we got to get them to change a question. The question should be, how do I create an environment where my people will rise to the best versions of themselves? And that sounds like the same thing, but it's very different. We have to help them to understand that it's really about becoming a leader and helping people grow rather than showing people how to do a job.
Right.
Because if we can get to that, you know, most of us who were in that space, we got there because we took that incentive on ourselves to grow as persons. And we have to remember that if we want to fill the voids that we leave behind as we climb, we have to grow other people whose primary vision is to grow themselves and learn themselves, and then how to replicate that on down. So I think that's the key difference, is away from management and into leadership.
Yeah, it's the whole idea of agility requires us to no longer just manage people. We're leading leaders. We've asked people to step up to be self-managing, self-organizing. We've asked them to focus on critical value. We've asked them to look at what those highest priority things are. We've given them that ability. We've empowered them. So we have to look at it like, now my job is to lead those leaders. And that is a critical shift.
Yeah, I know you're a movie buff. So, you know, think of like We Were Soldiers, right? Mel Gibson is talking to his newly recruited officers, and he's talking about what it's meaning. He goes, you know, me and Sergeant Major, we come from the paratroopers, where the officers are the first one out of the plane and the last ones to step off the field of battle, because in order to lead men, you have to be on the ground.
That's right.
That's agile. That is what it means to be a leader in agile.
Yep. Bruce, again, awesome insights. Appreciate your time today. And everyone, we have more videos coming your way. Look for those, and everyone have a phenomenal day. Thanks again, Bruce.
Sounds great. Thanks, Josh.